physical features. When we say eco-village, then that's like mud brick houses or, straw bale houses and with solar panels. And people think, oh, that's great. I'm an eco person, right? But that becomes ego person, not eco, ego. Just, they are sometimes presenting the way they want to look eco-friendly person. And not all of them, of course. So all those features are also important, but in the same, inner eco, harmonious way of life is also important. And they are missing that part. So when conflict comes out, then they don't have the way to solve it, then all those communities just collapse. And that's really pity. Eco-village has to have a spirituality which connect to the Great Spirit and connect to other people's heart-to-heart communication, and that's create happy society and happy life. And not only for human beings, but for other creatures on this planet.
I believe in the power of the youth, because when you say the youth are crazy, the youth are, they have too much energy to do anything worthwhile. It's in that energy, it's in that craziness where we thrive. So let's take the youth and their craziness and use it to change the climate, to help advocate for climate change issues, to help push forward what we're trying to change for our own local environment. If we do that, then only then can we get change. Because if we segment everyone and have sectors for every group, we have mothers, we have children, we have youth, we have old people, it doesn't make sense. We need to all come together, because climate change does not affect one group and leave the other. It cuts across the board. And when we engage the youth, we'll start the process, because we are the future we want. We are the future, we are the present, and you can only use us to set up a present that will not affect the future in a negative manner.
In this world now, we are trapped into a system called the economic system. The power of the dark uses the economic system to justify their actions and activities. The power of the dark then capitalizes on the economic system to give them the power, because money has now become the symbol by which power is given and translated. If we look at the power of the light, and as I said, just as an example, if you look at photosynthesis, what is photosynthesis? It is what gives us the oxygen we breathe. It's what cleans the water that we drink. It's what gives us the food that we eat. That is our life support system. Right? Photosynthesis. Now, that is the power of the light. In my calculations, I find that the total photosynthetic mass of the planet, and we have now calculated it, if we take that and we look at the price that we are paying today to control climate change, the money we are spending, and we say one assumption is humanity, us, we will be willing to give the same amount of money to breathe and eat and have water as we would to control climate change. If we are willing to do that, then photosynthetic biomass is worth $1.35 a kilogram. At $1.35 a kilogram, if you look at this stuff, rural people can grow this stuff and be paid to live comfortably. They do not have to take a fruit or take a bean to sell outside to a foreign market or any market. All they have to do is grow photosynthetic biomass. And photosynthetic biomass keeps value only as long as it is living. If you pluck the leaf, no value. If it's living on the tree, value. So then we are paying our rural population to maintain living green mass. That is the photosynthetic biomass, that is the life support system that helps all the people in the cities to breathe, to get fresh water, to eat. Then everything changes. The urban-rural relations change. Money flows from the urban sector to the rural sector, not the other way. We don't make the rural sector poor, the rural sector becomes rich, but they don't become rich by burning fossil fuel. They become rich by looking after and improving the life support system of this planet. So this is how we can move away. If we do this one move, if at the United Nations we have these 3 words in their lexicon, the value of photosynthetic biomass. That's all. We need the United Nations to put a value on photosynthetic biomass. Today there's not 1 cent value to it. If we do that, we will change the way the planet looks. We will reverse and we will change the direction that we are going now.
The antidote to what is going on is to love each other more, not less. Not to be more nationalistic or more defensive or more Buddhist, but to be more a sentient being. You know, people can make a lot of noise about the multinational corporations and the fossil fuel industry, and this is true, and this is structural, and this shapes our world, makes it very difficult to negotiate. This is why we're in a deadlock. But there's something that is still more fundamental. It's about the human sense of responsibility and how we love our own family and how we love the neighbor and how we love God or the world. And I believe that if we can, one by one of the 7 billion, wake that up and say that is the light that has to inform our decisions, that you will see leaders changing their positions. So I don't believe this idea that politicians and diplomats all have closed minds. And you see in the UN now, people from some of the poorest countries come with great integrity into the meetings. And at the stage that we're at the moment, the decisions at the UN are only taken by the government parties, by the state parties. So if you're not doing advocacy, you're not speaking to the decision makers. So we need to bring that message of solidarity, of unity, of common purpose, but to not do this through anger and through force, but through peace and through love and through human solidarity. But it is going to require quite substantial changes in our behavior, and some have to change much faster than others if this is going to work. In the Dhammapada, the Buddha repeatedly says, if you want enlightenment, you can get it anywhere, but go to the forest, go to the mountains, go to the cave, and nature itself will tell you. It's the earth itself that knows. So that is our witness of our truth and whether we're doing the right thing. So the earth would not witness the crimes that we're doing now and say that we are enlightened. The earth will quietly witness what we're doing and saying, you are very foolish, because the earth will survive, but you will not. We have to have that earth faith, that faith in life has to come back into the center of our spirituality. So whatever goes on at the UN, we have to reawaken the spirituality of the living world and appreciate it. But if you don't go and speak to the decision makers, then you've also missed a great opportunity to save all the future generations.
You know, after the conference we saw there was a really good people from all over the world, you know, and they were really enthusiastic, they were really interested to follow it up. So most probably what we will do is we will have 3 levels of follow-up. One is, you know, we will work, we are very strong in local level, right, in grassroots, and if you really look at all these members, you know, all over the world, they are representing so many community organizations. So we will work together with mitigation and adaptation and you know, awareness work in the community level. Then the country level, most of the local organization will get together with scientists, with the policymakers, with others, you know, trying to change the policies towards, you know, whatever the best way to handle the climate change. So that's the national level. International level, we all will work together to bring this, to change the policies in major cities in the world. So these three levels we will work. From the grassroots, where we are very strong, from the national, where we as organization we are very strong, internationally we will push this agenda with other, whoever is interested with us. We will build coalition, we will build network, and we will bring to those major cities to really change the policies. So this is a historical event, because no religious organizations were got together to do this kind of talk about climate change. This is the first time in the history. So we really expect this will really do a breakthrough in coming years on climate change.